This is a trade recap for February 24th, 2026. I ended up taking one trade, a simple one-to-one, and yeah, let's just get straight into trade recap. Alright, so starting off with the 4-hour time frame, I just marked out previously highs, previously lows to see where we're ranging from yesterday in terms of price action, and only previously highs was strong drawn liquidity for me because that was new to opening gap. Previously lows, didn't really care too much about it. It is a low, yes, but it's not really in a high time frame gap, so didn't really think too much about it. And then let's see. Yeah, so off of the 4-hour time frame, just analyzing super quick. I see that we inversed the 4-hour gap. Also created a bullish 4-hour gap and tapped into it and started displacing higher. So right off there, that gave me more of a bullish sentiment. All right, now moving on to the 1-hour time frame. Oh, also just to note that I really did not even like trading. I didn't want to trade today because off the 4-hour time frame, I was zooming out, even on the daily time frame, and I realized we're just consolidating instead of consolidation, right? We're consolidating pretty much all month, and then we're just consolidating in an even smaller range within that consolidation. So it was kind of discouraging, but nonetheless, went to market open with like an open mind, and yeah, not I wasn't wanting to force a trade. Anyways, off the 1-hour time frame, we see okay, we get a better view of the 4-hour gap, tapping into it, forming London lows, and kind of chopping right after that. So in my eyes, London lows was a high resistance on liquidity for me on NQ because it is what in a high time frame gap, which is the 4-hour bullish fair value gap. So I don't really have too much of a bias. I was kind of neutral going to market open because I wanted to, because first of all, we are consolidating all through Asia to London, right? So what I really wanted to see going into New York Open was a manipulation leg and either a reversal from the manipulation or a continuation trade to that direction, right? So, but I did have a slightly bullish bias, also because we inversed this 1-hour gap over here. So, yeah, so pretty much going into market open, I really wanted to see manipulation. I was leaning towards the manipulation of London lows because that's like the most simple trade, and also we edged the new day opening gap yesterday, so we have relatively equal highs there, and we inverse all the high time frame bearish confluences. And so if you get a manipulation leg and nice rejection off the 4-hour gap, then I'm very, very confident that we go higher and take out these draws in liquidity. And that's what we ended up doing today. So market opened, not much in the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, nothing really much to mark out. We have these lows, and we just end up taking all that liquidity out as market opened. We opened up, printed trade candles to the downside, taking out the lows, and on ES, we took out the most recent low, and then we also tapped down and took out previously lows. That didn't really do much for me, or show my bias because it's not really a significant low, but nonetheless we did form a bullish S&T. And at this point, I was leaning bearish because I thought, okay, there's no way we're gonna reject 130 points or whatever from market open, and we're so far from the 4-hour gap to reject it. I thought that we're more than likely going to get a continuation trade to the downside, but I still marked the 3-minute time frame, which was the highest time frame fair value gap on the leg down, because I knew that we did take out the highest. We did take out high resistance on liquidity in a high time frame gap, and we have a more than likely chance of reversing off of it. So I still marked the 3-minute gap, and what did we do? We got pretty much a Drake candle, bullish Drake candle to the upside. I think a 74, 75 point candle. Yeah. Ended up inversing 3-minute where I entered. And I was targeting just the session high. So pretty much the high of London session. Yeah, I did want to see if we got a rejection of the 4-hour gap and took out this London low. I did want to see price go all the way to the relative equal highs and take out new opening gap, but I just didn't think that was probable within my trading time frame from 9:30 to 11. Um, so I just took the 1-to-1. Obviously, I could have held it and taken the trade, but I'm not on the charts until 12:15. But I'm happy with my piece of the pie. It's a winning trade. It was a good trade. I think it was, yeah, literally 1-to-1. And yeah, my entry was here. I'm glad I didn't hesitate my entry because a lot of the times I do end up hesitating when setups present themselves pre macro, so before 9:50, because when I'm journaling, I realize a lot of my mistakes that I make in trading is just like getting caught up in the chop that is present with like New York Open volatility. But this was a clear setup. I was confident in the setup, and we had good displacement candles, good rejection of the 4-hour gap, and yeah, it was a good use of some discretion as well. And then, oh yeah, my break even point for this trade was when we tapped into this 5-minute gap over here. You could have also done break even at the 15-minute gap. It wouldn't have mattered because this trade closed in less than like 5 minutes or so. But also I set my stop loss to the constant encroachment of these 1-minute rejection candles. You could have also just set them to the low and then just stretch the TP for a 1-to-1, which it would have clearly hit. But yeah, I like to maximize my profits, and then I just went for a simple 1-to-1. Got out with, I think, yeah, ended up with 3 micros, and yeah, that's the trade. Not much else to go over. I really hope that throughout the week we end up displacing out of this consolidation and seeking out highs and lows. But yeah, that's the trade recap for today. W's for the week so far, and yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow.